Hello everyone. In this video I am going to show you how to use mail merge feature in OpenOffice Writer. Now first of all, what is the importance of mail merge feature? So mail merge is a very important feature of word processing software, and this is used to create series of same documents with multiple addresses. Now just to explain meaning of this statement, I am going to use here two examples. One example is of a company and second example is of a school. So now here in this example, one company is considered and that company has launched one new product, and that company wants to inform all the customers about details of the new product. So for such case, what this company can do, that this company can send letter or email to all the customers, and in the letter details of product will be there, as well as top of the letter will contain detail of the customer. So now as this company is going to inform 100 customers about the newly launched products, so here you can notice that all the 100 letters will contain same details of newly launched product, but top of the letter will contain address of customer, and that part will be different or unique for each customer. So here what is going to happen, that in 100 letters one part will be same and one part will be different or unique for all the letters. So in such cases we are using mail merge feature. Now one more example is of the school, that a school principal or class teacher wants to inform parents about parents teacher meeting. So in that case, what school wants to do, school wants to convey this message a letter. So when school is sending letter to all the parents, so details of the meeting, time of the meeting as well as date of the meeting will be same for all the parents, but top of the letter is going to contain details of parent, so that will be unique for each letter. So here you can notice that one part of the letter will be same for all the letters, but another part will be unique for each letter. So in such situation, again, whenever we have to generate these kind of letters, we can use mail merge feature. So here overall conclusion is what, that whenever we are going to create 100 or 1000 or 1 lakh documents, and in those documents one part is same for all the documents but other part is different, so in that case we can use mail merge feature to create such kind of documents very easily. Now moving to the next one, when I'm talking about components of the mail merge, so in mail merge there are two components, one is the main document and second one is data source. Now main document is what, part of the letter that will be same for all the letters or documents is main document, and data source is what, here one table will be created and that table is going to contain details of all the recipients of the letters, so that is data source. So as I'm going to consider again, the previous example is of the company. So when that company is going to inform about the newly launched product to 1000 customers, so in that case details of the newly launched product will come in main document component, and one table will be created, and in that table address details of all the customers will be recorded, and that will come in the data source category. So in this way mail merge is having two components, one is the main document and second one is data source. Now next one is, what is a mail merge? So as you know now that in the mail merge there are two components, one is main document and second one is data source, and data source is actually containing mailing addresses. So here in mail merge, main document is merged with or combined with mailing addresses, so that's why this is called mail merge. And this mail merge feature is used to create invitations, letters, or to print certificate for several people. Now I'm just going to show you mail merge feature in OpenOffice Writer practically, and for that now I'm just going to open it. So here one OpenOffice Writer new document I have opened, and this document I'm going to use to show you how to implement mail merge in OpenOffice Writer. So now as you know that in mail merge we have two components, one is main document and second one is data source, and main document is that part that is going to contain same details on all the letters. So first of all I'm going to prepare here one main document, and as here I'm going to invite many people on a birthday party, so here I'm going to type main document, and in that main document I'm going to contain or type details of birthday party. So here the typing is done. So you can notice that whenever I'm sending invitation letter to, for example, 100 people or 1000 people, so these all details will be same for all the 1000 people or 100 people. So this is what the main document, so whatever will be common in all the letters or document that is typed once only, and that is the main document. So here our main document is ready. Now I am moving to the next step, and I am now going to start actually mail merge wizard. So just to start mail merge wizard in OpenOffice Writer, we have to use menu bar, and in the menu bar we have two steps. So I am just clicking on this tool step, and as I clicked on the tool step, I am getting here one menu, and in this menu I have to select this mail merge wizard option. So as I clicked on mail merge wizard option, I am getting here mail merge wizard window, and in the left side you can see 8 steps are there. So one by one we have to follow all these 8 steps to complete mail merge process. So now in the first step, what we have to do, we have to select here main document. So as I have already typed main document and that I want to use, so I have to select this first option, that is use the current document. But if in place of that document I want to use some other document as a main document, and that I have to type now, so for that I can go for this option, create a new document. So I will be able to prepare a new main document if main document is already available in my computer memory and that I want to use here. So I can go for this option, and thereafter by using this browse option I can bring that main document here. And next one is if I want to use a template as a main document, so by using this option and browse option I can use template also as a main document. And if our main document is prepared recently, so that we can access by using this last option. So as I'm going to use already typed content as a main document, so for that I'm using this first option, that is use the current document, and thereafter I'm clicking on the next option. Now as I clicked on the next option, now I'm on the second step, and the second step here, what type of document do you want to create is asked. So as I'm going to create here invitation letter, so for that I have to select this first option. But if you want to create email messages, so you can go for second option. So here I'm going for the first option, letters, and thereafter next one. Now next one is insert address block. Now as you know that in mail merge two components are there, main document and data source. Main document is already typed. Now next is data source. So now here I have to prepare data source. So now in the data source I will include details of all the recipients. So just to create data source, we have to select this option, select address list. Now as I clicked on the select address list, I am getting here select address list window, and in the select address list window here I am getting a list of data sources that are already available here. So if we want to use one from these data sources, so we can select that, and thereafter we can go for OK option. And if we don't want to use data source from this list, and if we want to create a new data source, so for that we can go for the create option. And if data source is already available in the computer memory but not available in this list, so we can use that data source also for this document by using this add option. So here we have three options. Either we can select data source from this list, or we can create a new data source by using create option, or we can use data source from the computer memory also by using this add option. So I'm going to create a new data source, so for that I have to use this create option. Now as I clicked on the create option, here you can see that I'm getting new address list window, and in this new address list window I'm getting many fields here, fields such as title, first name, last name. But I don't want these all fields in my data source, so I can reduce here fields by using option customize. So I am going to use now this customize option just to reduce number of fields. So this is selected, and thereafter here I am getting customize address list. So as I want title, so I'm not going to do anything with this title, first name, last name also, but I don't want company name, so that is selected, and then by using this delete option we can remove this company name field. Then I can remove this address line 1, 2 field also, then state is also not needed, this code is also not needed, then country not required, thereafter this telephone business not needed, as well as email address is also not needed. So here you can see that previously many fields were available, but now only 6 fields are available. So when I will do the entry, that time I will get these 6 fields only, and I will be able to enter details for these 6 fields. So this is one. Now next is if we want to add some fields from our side, so by using this add option we can give name to that field here, and thereafter click on add option. So in this way we can insert or add new fields from our side, as well as here you can see fields are available with default name, but we can change name of these fields by using this rename option. Now next is, as here you can see that this telephone private and city. So as I want to interchange position of these two, I want telephone private just after the last name. So that can also be done. Just select it and thereafter we can use these two arrows. So as I want to move this telephone private upside, so I'm clicking on it. So now you can notice that this telephone private is coming in between last name and city or after the last name. So in this way we can use this customized address list just to decide fields, and thereafter we can click on this OK option. So now here you can see that only 6 fields are available. Now next is what, as I'm going to send invitation letter to 3 people, so those 3 people address details I have to enter one by one, and after entering details of one person, I can do the entry of the next person by using this new option. So that I'm going to show you. So first of all I'm going to do here entry of first person. So title Mr., first name Ajay, last name this, telephone private, this one in number, city Jaipur, and gender. So here I have done entries of first person. Now as I want to do the entry of second person, so I have to click on this new option. So as I'm clicking on the new option, now you can see that in place of 1 we are getting 2. So now we are going to do entry here of the second recipient. So I'm going to enter here details of second person. So I'm writing here this. So here I have done the entry of one female also. This is done purposely because I have to use Salutations. So there I will show you what is the use of this gender option here. So here I have done the entries of second person. Now I am going to do the entry of the third person. So for that again I have to click on this new option and thereafter third person entry. So as I want to send this invitation letter to 3 people, so one by one I have done the entry of all the 3 people, and after completing the entries we have to click on this OK option. But before that, one more thing here is that as I've done here 3 entries, and if I don't want to send letter to this first person and I don't want entries of this first person, so that can be deleted by using this delete option. So for that purpose we can use this delete option, but as I want to send letter to all the 3 people, so that I'm not using delete option here. So here I have entered address details of 3 people and thereafter I'm clicking on OK option. Now after the OK option, I have to save my this data source containing details of 3 people. So I have given name to this file mail merge data source, and here as you can see save as type is written OpenOffice address list.csv, and full form of CSV is comma separated values. So here we have to select the location where we want to save our this data source. So as I want to save this on my desktop, so desktop is selected, and thereafter name to the file is already given and then save. So here data source I have created and I have saved my this data source also. So now here in this list you can see the data source that I have created I am getting here. So when we want to use a particular data source in our document, so we have to select the data source and thereafter click on this OK option. Now after that, next is the second point, this document shall contain an address block. So here we have to mention address block also. Now address block means what, that in what sequence we want all the details of the recipients. So for that we have to click on this more option, and as I want to create a new address block, so for that I have to use this new option. Now I want title, after that I want first name, then last name. Now after that address line 1, 2 I did not mention, but city I have mentioned, so city I want. But now this city I want in the new line, so we can use these 4 navigation arrows. So as I want city in the new line, so city already got selected, and thereafter I can use this move down arrow. So now city is in the new line, and the preview you can see its effect also. And after that telephone private also I mentioned, so telephone private is selected, and thereafter telephone private also I want in the new line, so this is in the new line. And center I don't want to mention, so that I'm not moving from left side to the right side. So here you can see that I have brought all the fields from left side to the right side, and in the preview you can see we are getting a preview of the first entry. So after this we have to click OK. So here we have mentioned our address block, so on each letter we will get details of the recipient in this manner, and then after OK and then OK again. So this is done, this step got over. Third step, it means here we have created our data source. And now moving to the next step, create salutation. Now as I want to give salutation also, so we have to check this checkbox. This document should contain a salutation. Now after that, insert personalized salutation. Yes, I want to give, so that's why yes. And thereafter, here this is salutation from their side. So dear Mrs. last name, dear Mr. last name. If we want to change, we can use this new option to change it. Now I use gender option because of this purpose. So here you can see address list field indicating a female recipient. So just to mention entry of female, I have used female value in the gender field. So that's why here in the gender field name, field value is female. So wherever in the field name value is female, so automatically this salutation will come in merge document, and if value is other than female, then this salutation will come there. And after that, I am clicking on this next option to move to the next step. Now next is adjust layout. So now here, as you can notice, one rectangle is available. So this rectangle is actually enclosing here address block that we have mentioned in the step 3, means Mr. first name, last name, then telephone, city. So we can change its position in the document by using this first option. So I am just clicking on this. So now I can shift this block. So as I am reducing from left value, so you can notice that our address block will shift in the left hand side, and as I am increasing, our address block is shifting in the right hand side. So that is a function of this from left. So I am shifting back into the left hand side, and thereafter from top, so we can shift it upwards by using this from top option. So I am reducing its value, and you can notice that address block is shifting upwards. So that is the function of this option, align to text body. So by using this option, address block can be shifted left, right side as well as top and bottom side also. Now salutation also we have mentioned. So salutation can be shifted by using this salutation position option. By using up and down, we can change its position. So this step got over. That is step 5. Now moving to the next step, step 6. Now here, still if we want to do some changes in our main document, so that is possible by using this option. So here we have to click on this edit document to do changes. So here you can see we are getting the letter for the first entry, and I want this subject line bold. So this is selected, and thereafter I am using bold option. So now it got bold. So when we get letter for all the 3 entries, we will get subject line bold there. So in this way, still we are able to do some changes in the main document. And after that, if I want to reduce this gap, so that can also be done. And thereafter, this can be removed. So in this way, in this step, we can do changes in the main document. And thereafter, just to go back to the mail merge wizard, we have to click on this option, return to mail merge wizard. So now we are on that 6th step. So required changes are done, and thereafter now moving to the next step, personalized document. This step we can use just to do changes in a particular document. Means we have done 3 entries, and if we want to do changes in the letter of one particular entry, so that is possible by using this edit individual document. So in the 6th step we were getting only one letter, and that letter was of the first entry, but here in the 7th step we will get letters for all the 3 entries, and if we want, we can do changes in one particular letter. So I am just clicking on this edit individual documents. So now here this is a letter for the first entry, then here this is a letter for the second entry, and this is a letter for the third entry. So if we want, we can do changes in one particular letter. So I am just doing one change for example only. So here this change I have done in this letter, but other letters are as it is. So in this step we can do changes in one particular document or more than one document. After that, just to go back to the mail merge wizard, just click on this option, and thereafter this 7th step also got over. Now moving to the 8th step. Now in the 8th step, here this is asked to us that we want to save it, or we want to print it, or we can send it as the email document also. So if we want to print it, just click on this option, select the printer, and mention how many pages you want, and thereafter click on print. And as I here want to save my this document, so I'm just clicking on this save document, and thereafter this option is selected. Now next is just click on this finish option. So here you can see I am getting letter for the first recipient, thereafter letter for the second recipient, and letter for the third recipient. So here I am getting all the 3 letters. Now I am just going to show you purpose of the salutation, that I nowhere mentioned Mr. or Mrs. here, but here you can notice that as for this entry I mentioned gender as female, so automatically here I am getting what Mrs. XYZ, and here as gender of this person I mentioned as male, so that's why automatically I am getting here Mr. In the same way for the third entry also gender I mentioned as male, so automatically here in the salutation I am getting Mr. So that is a function of mentioning gender there, and then in the fourth step we have to mention salutation in this manner. So here this is the complete procedure of using mail merge wizard or feature in OpenOffice Writer document. So now this video I am going to end here, and other part of the last session of Unit 1 digital documentation will be covered in next video. So this video now I am going to end here.